Chapter 3 Adi Lila Chaitanya Caritamrta. Text 1. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Krishna Mahaprabhu by the potency of the shelter of his lotus feet. Even a fool can collect the valuable jewels of conclusive truth from the minds of the revealed scriptures. All glories to Lord Chaitanya, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of the Lord Chaitanya. I have given the purport of the third verse. Now, O devotees, please listen to the meaning of the fourth with full attention. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of the Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Lord Krishna, the son of the king of Braja, is the Supreme Lord. He eternally enjoys transcendental pastimes in his eternal abode, Gokula, which includes Brajdham. Once in a day of Brahma, he descends to this world to manifest his transcendental pastimes. We know that there are 4 ages, yugas, namely Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. These 4 together constitute of one Dviva Yuga. 71 Dviva Yugas constitute one Manu Antra. There are 14 Manu Antras in the day of Brahma. I'll read it again. 71 Diva Yogas constitute of one Manu Antra. There are 14 Manu Antras in the day of Brahmas. The present Manu, who is the 7th, is called Vaivasvata, the son of Vivasvan. 27 Dviva Yogas, 27 multiplied by 4,320,000 solar years. This is the age of this age have now passed. At the end of the Dwapara Yuga, of the 28 Dwapara Yugas, Lord Krishna appears on earth with the full paraphernalia of his eternal Brajdham. Servitude, Dasya, friendship, Sakya, parental affection, Vatsalya, and conjugal love, Shingara, are the 4 transcendental mellows, rasas. By the devotees who cherish these 4 mellows, Lord Krishna is subdued. Absorbed in such transcendental love, Lord Krishna enjoys in the Braj with his devoted servants, friends, parents, and conjugal lovers. Lord Krishna enjoys his transcendental pastimes as long as he wishes, and then he disappears. After disappearing, however, he thinks thus: for a long time I have not bestowed an unalloyed loving service to me upon the inhabitants of the world. Without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless. Everywhere in the world, people worship me according to scriptural injunctions, but simply by following such regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in the Braj Bhumi. Knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe and variation, but devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. By performing such regulated devotional service in awe and veneration, one may go to Vaikuntha and attain the four kinds of liberation. These liberations are srasti, achieving opulence equal to those of the Lord, Sarupya, having a form the same as the Lord, Sampaya, living as a personal associate of Lord, and Shaloka, living in the Vaikuntha planet. Devotees never accept Sahajya, however, since that is oneness with Brahman. I shall personally inaugurate the religion of the age, Nama Sankirtan, the congregational chanting of the holy name. I shall make the world dance in ecstasy, realizing the formulas of loving devotional service. I shall accept the role of devotee. I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. Unless one practices devotional service himself, he cannot teach it to others. This conclusion is indeed confirmed throughout the Gita and Bhagavatam. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religion practices or descendant of Bharta and the predominant risk of irreligion, at the time I descend myself. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principle of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. If I did not show the proper practice of religion, all these worlds would fall into ruin. I would be the cause of unwanted population and would spoil all these living beings. Whatever action a great man performs, common people follow, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. My plenary portion can establish the principles of religion for each age, but no one but me, however, can bestow the kind of loving service performed by the residents of Braj. There may be many auspicious incarnations of personality of Godhead, but who other than Lord Krishna can bestow love of God upon surrendered souls? Therefore, in the company of my devotees, I shall appear on earth and perform various colorful pastimes. Thinking thus, personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna himself descended at Nadia, early in the age of Kali. Thus the lion-like Lord Chaitanya had appeared in Navdvipa. He has the shoulders of the lion, the power of a lion, and the loud voice of a lion. May that lion be seated in the core of the heart of every living being. Thus with his resounding roar, may he drive away one's elephantine vices. In his early pastimes, he is known as Vishambra because he floods the world with nectar of devotion and thus saves the living beings. The verbal root Durbana, which is the root of the word Vishambara, indicates nourishing and maintaining. He, Lord Chaitanya, nourishes and maintains the three worlds by distributing love of God. In his pastimes, he is known as Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He blesses the whole world by teaching about the name and fame of Lord Sri Krishna. Knowing him, Lord Chaitanya, to be the incarnation of Kali Yuga, Garga Muni during the naming ceremony of Krishna predicted his appearance. This boy, Krishna, has three other colors: white, red, and yellow, and he appears in different ages. Now he has appeared in the transcendental blackish color. White, red, and yellow. These are the three bodily lustres that the Lord, the husband of the goddess of fortune, assumes in the ages of Satya, Treta, and Kali, respectively. Now in the Dwapara Yuga, the Lord had descended in the blackish hue. This is the essence of the statement in the Puranas and other Vedic literatures with reference to the context. In the Dwapara Yuga, the personality of Godhead appears in the blackish hue. He is dressed like in yellow, he holds his own weapon, and he is decorated with the Kaustuba jewelry and the marks of Sri Vasta. This is how his symptoms are described. The religious practice for the age of Kali is to broadcast the glories of the holy name. Only for this purpose he has the Lord in the yellow color descended as Lord Chaitanya. The lustre of his expensive body resembles molten gold. The deep sound of his voice conquers the thundering and newly assembled clouds. One who measures the 4 cubits in height and in breadth by his own hand is celebrated as a great personality. Such a person is called Narodha Parimandala. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who personifies all good qualities, has the body of the Narodha Parimandala. His arms are long enough to reach his knees. His eyes are just like lotus flowers. His nose is like sesame flower, and his face is as beautiful as the moon. He is peaceful, self-controlled, and fully devoted to the transcendental service of the Lord Sri Krishna. He is affectionate toward devotees. He is gentle, and he is quite disposed towards all living beings. He is decorated with sandalwood bangles and armlets and anointed with the pulp of sandalwood. He especially wears these decorations to dance in Sri Krishna Sankirtan. Recording of these qualities of Lord Chaitanya, the sage Visampayana included in his name in the Vishnu Shastra-nama. The pastimes of the Lord Chaitanya have two divisions. The early pastimes are the Lila and later pastimes Sesha Lila. He has 4 names in each of these 2 Leelas. In the early pastimes, he appears as a householder with a golden complexion. His limbs are beautiful, and his body smeared with pulp of sandalwood seems like molten gold. In his later pastimes, he accepts sannyasa order, and he is equiposed and peaceful. He is the highest abode of peace and devotion, for he silences the impersonalist non-devotees. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is repeatedly and clearly said that the essence of religion in this age of Kali is chanting of the holy name of Krishna.